Hello friends, wonderful greetings of the day to all of you. So here I, Kunal Nagpal, welcome you once again on this great economic forum. Dear friends, today we are basically going to discuss the wonderful aspects of the UAE economy. And mind you, today is a very auspicious day because this day, that is 2nd December 2022, embarks the 51st National Day of the United Arab Emirates. And as far as the bilateral relationships between India and UAE are concerned, our relationships are basically catalyzing with each passing day thanks to the respective leaders of our countries who are so far-sighted and visionary in their overall approaches, who are going forward to take this deal, to take this international deal forward with the basic objective of common welfare for both the provinces. So here it goes. So today we are basically going to discuss the basic profile of the UAE economy, considering its overall political profile, demographic profile, its economic profile, and along with that, its overall the geographical profile as well. And then we would go forward to explore the relationship between the between India and United Arab Emirates. That is the nature of the bilateral ties existing between these two countries, right? So UAE, that is the United Arab Emirates, is a federal state and it was established on 2nd December 1971. It consists of 7 main emirates: Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, Al Quwain, Ras Al Khaimah, and Fujairah. The UAE, that is the United Arab Emirates, has its own constitution that demonstrates the main rules of the political and constitutional organization of the state and components of the union along with its objectives. Now, what are the main union objectives as laid down in the constitution of the UAE? Firstly, the maintenance of its independence and sovereignty. Secondly, the safeguard of its security and stability. Thirdly, the defense against any aggression upon its existence or the existence of its member states. Fourthly, the protection of the rights and liabilities of the people of the Union. Fifthly, the achievement of close cooperation between the Emirates for their common benefit in realizing these aims and in promoting their prosperity and progress in all fields. And sixthly, the provision of a better life for all citizens, together with respect by each emirate for the independence and sovereignty of the other emirates in their internal affairs and within the framework of this constitution. Now, what are the basic vision and mission statements guiding the overall constitutional framework of the UAE? The leaders of the UAE basically pen down their thoughts as this: we want the UAE to reaffirm its dedication to upholding the vision and leadership of its gifted and preserving founding fathers. The Federation will remain true to its goal of maintaining cohesion and solidarity among the member states, ensuring that the hard work and sacrifices of the early years are never forgotten. Secondly, the Federation will continue to rise in the national consciousness to represent the defining point of elegance of all Emirates. The sense of common destiny and of belonging to one nation will bind all citizens together in building their shared future. Truly beautiful. Now let's have a basic discussion of the economic profile of UAE. The real GDP growth in 2012 was 4.4%, that is 1025.6 billion AED, in comparison to 982.7 billion AED in 2011. So, what are the main aspects on which the economy of the UAE is growing? Support of oil sector, immense investments in infrastructure, and thirdly, robust growth in the non-oil sectors representing nearly 67.3% of the GDP. Stable inflation rates, that is 0.66% as compared to 0.88% in the previous year of 2011. These estimates are actually 10 years back. Now, in our upcoming discussion, we would be discussing the current statistical figures as well. Therefore, today, the United Arab Emirates occupies an advanced position in terms of international economic indicators as a developed and competitive state. Now, let's discuss the geographic profile of the United Arab Emirates. The country is basically located between 22 to 26.5 north latitude and 51 to 56.51 east longitude. Area of the country is nearly 83,600 square kilometers. The United Arab Emirates is basically bordered by the Arab Gulf from the north, Gulf of Oman, and the Sultanate of Oman from the east, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the Sultanate of Oman from the south, and the State of Qatar and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia from the west. Let's discuss the demographic profile of UAE as well. Estimated 2014 population is nearly 9.48 million. Proportion of UAE nationals is just 13% of the country's total population. The majority of UAE expatriates are South Asians, that is 58%, followed by Asians, that is 17%, and Western expatriates, that is 8.5%. That's why it is considered as the corporate hub of the entire global economy, specifically Dubai. So on this note, where we have developed the basic overview of the UAE economy, going forward, let's discuss UAE-India sharing bilateral relations. Actually, friends, if we talk from traditional times, the UAE and India have been sharing the trade relationships in terms of the trade of dates, gold, and oil reserves. As we know, Abu Dhabi, one of the main emirates of UAE, has been excelling in terms of the dominant reserves of gold, oil, and gold, oil, and petroleum. So the trade has been going on since times immemorial, right? That is, since the Mughals were there in India. So as the technology progresses, various other facets have also been explored to explore the trade between the two countries. As of now, the non-oil sector is also contributing nearly 70% of the trade between two countries, hence developing a great strategic alliance. Yes, it's really wonderful. Now, going forward, I would also like to throw some light on this particular aspect as declared by the UAE India Business Council UIBC. On the occasion of 51st UAE National Day, here is a look at the historic bond that UAE and India share based on the mutual trust, trade and friendship. India and United Arab Emirates enjoy a strong bond of friendship basically based on the age-old cultural, religious and economic ties between the two countries. So the two nations have been very proudly sharing the bilateral ties with each other in this aspect. The diplomatic relations between the two nations commenced from 1972 when the UAE first set up an embassy in Delhi, while India established one in Abu Dhabi the following year. Over the years, the two countries have seen multiple cross-border delegation visits that have strengthened their relationships further. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji's visit to the United Arab Emirates in August 2015 marked the beginning of a new strategic alliance between the two nations. So in establishing an enduring link, India-UAE relations have become a pivot of India's extended neighborhood and look west policy in the region. The high-level visits from both the sides have given a new impetus to this partnership. This year's G20 summit and the forming up of I2U2 group between India, Israel, United Arab Emirates and the United States of America has been great welcoming opportunity from both the countries to basically elevate their partnership to another level. With presenting an advantage in the Persian Gulf, I2U2 group also helped UAE to improve its relationship with the Arab world, and for India, it helped in enhancing its role in the region's geopolitics and giving it political, economic, and social advantages. On the other hand, for the I2U2 group, India is a valuable country because of its massive customer market and availability of production facilities for high-tech and highly sought-after goods. India will assume the G20 presidency from December 1 this year from Indonesia and will basically convene the G20 Leaders Summit for the first time in the country in 2023. A nation deeply committed to democracy and multilateralism, India's G20 presidency would be a watershed moment in her history as it seeks to play a significant role, or rather a historical role in finding herself at the global level. The UAE's partnership in the G20 summit as a guest country comes as part of its commitment to working with the international allies to stimulate economic growth and attain equitable development around the world. The India-United Arab Emirates Comprehensive Strategic Partnership Agreement is the cornerstone of the multifaceted bilateral relations. So bringing a new era of trade and investment between the two countries, the CEPA promises accelerated growth with goods trade projected to reach 100 billion USD and trade in services to over 1.5 billion US dollars in the next 5 years. This is really very commendable. India UAE CEPA ushers in a new dawn. India basically exports to the UAE, excluding petroleum products, which grew from 5.17 billion USD during the June-August 2021 to 5.92 billion USD during the June-August 2022, an increase of nearly 14%. It is interesting to note that India's global non-petroleum products in terms of exports during the same period, that is June to August 2022, grew by 3% on an annual basis. This implies the growth rate of India's non-petroleum exports to the UAE is almost 5 times as that of India's non-petroleum exports to the world. So excluding petroleum related imports, Indian imports from the UAE during the same 3-month period grew from 5.56 billion USD, that is June to August 2021, to 5.61 billion USD, that is June to August 2022, on an increase of 1% in percentage terms. Built on the 3 pillars of trust, transparency, and talent. The agreement came into effect on May 1, 2022 and is already creating a noteworthy constructive impact on India-UAE trade. Absolutely beautiful. Recently, the 10th meeting of the UAE-India High-Level Joint Task Force on Investments took place in Mumbai, co-chaired by Mr. Piyush Goyal, Minister of Commerce and Industry, Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and Textiles, Government of India, and Sheikh Hamid bin Zayed Al Nahyan, member of the Executive Council of the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. An important discussion point was the creation of a mechanism for carrying out the bilateral trade in national currencies. Referring to the ongoing discussions between the Reserve Bank of India and the Central Bank of the United Arab Emirates on the Unified Payment Interface, that is the UPI, as a common digital payments platform, both sides agreed to continue discussions. The foreign trade agreement is basically preeminent for both the countries, which is calibrated to reduce tariffs for 80% of goods and give zero duty access to 90% of India's exports to the UAE. Alongside the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, that is CEPA, and MoU, that is a Memorandum of Understanding among APEDA, DP World, and Al Dhara on the UAE side regarding Food Security Corridor Initiative has been prepared, under which India will be able to play an important role in food security of the United Arab Emirates. India and United Arab Emirates have agreed to identify new areas for setting up the joint ventures. This was the outcome of the 11th India-UAE Joint Defence Cooperation Committee meeting that took place in New Delhi on May 25, 2022. So, on the occasion of the 51st UAE National Day, UAE India Business Council, that is UIBC, extends its warmest greetings to all members of the UAE Indian community. UIBC, the Joint Business Council set up by both the governments, is basically committed to enhance its further partnership, and it looks forward to working together and creating an inclusive bilateral trade environment between the UAE and India. In view of the bilateral relations and the strategic partnership between the UAE and India, the Council basically reassures its willingness to increase cooperation. It will continue to work in developing the cooperation between the nations. So dear friends, along with that, I would also like to mention a very important fact. UAE, that is the United Arab Emirates, has invested in various sectors in India such as maritime, transport and logistics. Both countries are aligning their ambitions and forging newer areas of partnership. This is truly commendable. So, going forward, with the overall strategic relationship spanning over decades, UAE and India are now looking at giving further impetus to their partnership with new collaborations and renewed trade ties. So, with the basic touch of India, Indians are the largest ethnic community, constituting roughly about 30% of the country's population. In fact, there are around 5.42 million Indian expatriates in UAE. The presence of Indian diaspora has fostered people-to-people contacts between the two nations. Most of the Indian expatriates are from Kerala. Apart from Kerala, there is a significant population of Indians from the state of Tamil Nadu, state of Andhra Pradesh and few other northern states. The staggering growth in the number of Indians in United Arab Emirates was attributed to the expansion of oil industry and the growth of free trade. While earlier there were lakhs of Indian migrant laborers, with time descendants of those workers went on to become a community, and that contributed immensely in the United Arab Emirates towards the growth of the entire province. At present, there are several Indian millionaires in UAE who are basically spearheading successfully the business ventures at very, very great levels. So, bonding over trade. The two nations, that is India and UAE, are entering a new phase of their bilateral relations. The relationships between India and UAE has basically evoked into a significant partnership in the economic and commercial sphere over the years. United Arab Emirates is India's third largest trade partner and fifth largest crude oil supplier to us. Besides this, UAE has invested immensely in various sectors in India, such as maritime, power, transport, etc. The two countries have a common interest in ensuring the maritime security in the Indian Ocean and the Gulf region. Further, given the current state of the flux in West Asia, India sees UAE as an important partner to maintain peace and stability in the region. Apart from the import and exports between the two nations, the bilateral investments between the two nations are actually quite robust. The UAE's investments in India are mainly in the services, construction, development, power, air transport, and hotel and tourism. On this note, I would like to say that Dubai has been the main hub of tourism and corporate for the entire global economy, and if we consider the trade relationship between India and UAE, in that aspect also Dubai prospers a lot in terms of tourism industry. At the same time, India also gives opportunities for medical tourism. Going ahead, many other projects in the energy, infrastructure, and technology sectors are under consideration. The two countries collaborated in the public health sector to fight the COVID-19 pandemic and challenges emerging from it. Indian health workers were at the forefront of fighting the pandemic in the UAE, and at the same time, India received medical supplies from the UAE. Both the countries are basically committed to restore the level of trade and business cooperation to an all new level and further enhance investments and business opportunities in new and emerging areas including artificial technology, robotics, defense technology, ICT, financial market, aviation space, amongst others. Both nations are basically aligning their ambitions, fostering new technologies, and forging new areas of partnerships. So with all these, both the nations are looking toward to entering a new phase of growth and success. Now, going forward, guys, let's discuss how it is becoming the world's biggest logistics hub. The UAE has emerged as a pivotal hub in the global economy thanks to its slew of market-friendly measures. The overall warehousing and logistics sector in the UAE has witnessed substantial traction in the recent couple of years. Leasing activity in the sector gained momentum despite the global economic slowdown. In fact, Dubai is a global logistics hub with a strategic location, excellent infrastructure, and world-class logistics facilities. It provides the region and the world with services such as technology and innovation, trade, and logistics. The segment plays a pivotal role in the Gulf nations' economy and it basically constitutes over 14% of the UAE's gross domestic product, and the sector is likely to grow more than 4% in 2022. So with impressive investments in transport infrastructure and logistics capabilities, Dubai has become a key regional trade gateway and a re-export hub between East and West. The government's collaboration with various private sector players helps to accelerate opportunities for the global trade by implementing the policies to make supply chain operations more effective and efficient across the UAE. Low logistics costs and advanced infrastructure have led to massive foreign investment, and from its world-class international port and airports to its ultra-modern roads and public transportation network, Dubai is the most effective and efficient and profitable logistics hub in the entire Gulf region. In fact, in the last couple of years, Dubai has shifted its gear from a logistics center into an essentially supply network hub thanks to its impressive connectivity structure. Dubai Plan 2021 addresses the urban environment, including both natural and built assets, and touches upon the living experience of the people of Dubai and its visitors because of their interaction with its environment and the economic and social services provided. So, in today's date, Dubai is gradually becoming a key player in the global economy. Dubai has become a key player in the global economy, and it aims to reinforce its position by enhancing its standing as a global business center to be among the top 5 centers for trade, logistics, finance, and tourism. India's announcement to make Dubai as the capital of Islamic economy is an important step in recognizing Dubai as one of the leading economic centers. So, Dubai's announcement to make it as the capital of Islamic economy is a very strategic step to recognize it as one of the leading economic centers. The theme focuses on moving Dubai to a sustainable economic model driven by innovation and productivity in capital and labor and supported by the most business friendly environment. In addition, the theme highlights the importance of a diversified set of value add economic activities that would enhance Dubai's economic resilience and would allow it to absorb the internal and external shocks. It is also one of the world's leading business centers. Dubai is easily accessible through two international airports, that is Dubai International Airport DXB and Al Maktoum International Airport at Dubai World Central, that is DWC. Dubai International Airport is one of the busiest hubs for the international passengers, and together with Al Maktoum International Airport carried over 88 million travelers and over 3 million tons of air cargo. Then comes the world's logistics passport. As part of the Dubai Silk Road initiative, the World Logistics Passport is designed to encourage trade through Dubai. The World Logistics Passport, that is WLP, is basically a global initiative designed for smooth flow of global trade through creation of new trade routes and provide economic efficiencies to the members. It overcomes the non-tariff trade barriers through the offering of financial and non-financial benefits such as the fast tracking of cargo movement, reducing administrative costs, advancing cargo information, and facilitating trade across the borders. So, dear friends, it is also gradually becoming a jewel in the crown. Yes, you have heard me right. The jewel in the crown. UAE has much more to do with it than just world-class buildings, and tourists visiting here would definitely fall for its rustic beauty and modern architecture besides the mystic sand dunes. Abu Dhabi is one of the richest cities in the world and was known for pearl trade in the bygone eras. Known for the hot and arid climate, Abu Dhabi boasts of a picturesque cityscape. United Arab Emirates, or UAE, is basically as it is better known as, is a famous tourist destination in the Middle East Asia owing to its rustic desert landscapes and tall skyscrapers. Truly mind-blowing. The country that is one of the most modern countries in the region welcomes the tourists from across the globe round the year. Not only is the country famous for these skyscrapers and these majestic sand dunes, as the shopping destination for people, especially from Southeast Asia, immersed in its rich Emirati culture. UAE is surely one of the most prominent tourist destinations in the world that offers best of the both worlds to its visitors, whether it is the traditional socks or the palm-shaped islands, world-class malls, luxurious hotels, theme parks, or the grand architecture of the world-famous buildings. This destination offers all of a wonderful time to basically rejuvenate their senses and get enthralled by the beauty of the nation. The city of Dubai is the crowning glory of the country and provides a truly splendid experience to the people visiting here. Besides the splendid architecture marvels like Burj Khalifa, the city has a lot to offer to its visitors looking for a visual feast. When in Dubai, one should definitely visit the Burj Khalifa observation deck, desert safari tour, and Museum of the Future, which is a truly marvelous structure that houses some wonderful creations of the mankind. If you are not one of those who are not looking to get enchanted by the rustic Arabic culture of the country, then you can visit the areas of Bird Dubai and you would not be disappointed. So, if you are really getting thrilled with this discussion, wherein that is, if you are looking for some space to chill out or relax in the Arabic culture of the country, you should not miss Bird Dubai. The second most popular city of the nation, that is Abu Dhabi, houses several important financial institutions as the Abu Dhabi Securities Exchange, the Central Bank of the United Arab Emirates, and the corporate headquarters of many companies and multinational companies. Abu Dhabi is actually one of the richest cities in the world and was renowned for its pearl trade in the bygone eras. Known for its hot and humid climate, Abu Dhabi boasts of a picturesque cityscape. Don't forget to visit the Ferrari World, Warner Bros. World, and also Louvre Abu Dhabi when in the city. Sharjah is another destination which is known as the cultural and industrial hub of the UAE. A few historians have basically hypothesized that Sharjah was the name of an idol worshipped in pre-Islamic area. Sharjah is home to a variety of museums, elegant mosques, distinctive souks reflecting Islamic design, and several recreational areas and public parks such as Al Jazeera Fun Park and Al Bulaira Comic. So when it comes to the sports, the Sharjah Cricket Association Stadium has hosted nearly 200 cricket one-day internationals, more than any other ground, and 4 test matches. Granada in Spain is considered Sharjah's twin city. The police force in this city is one of the best trained in the United Arab Emirates. The city is also simply unmissable, and you must make sure that you visit the Heritage Museum and go to the Hatta Safari and Honey Bee Garden, besides going for the Milha Desert Tour. So for those looking for a rustic touch, Ras Al Khaimah is a must visit. Ras Al Khaimah is home to Al Jazeera Al Hamra, an old coastal town with several real estate projects and industrial zone areas. Asrams, another coastal town that used to be the idyllic fishing and pearl diving village, Koyer, an industrial center housing the largest port in Ras Al Khaimah. Then comes Dig Dag, a village famous for agriculture, Khat, a village surrounded by the mountains and picturesque with its thermal springs, and also the palm gardens, Masafi, a, a southern town bordering Fujairah with large reserves of drinking water, and Hawaliat, another southern village. Ras Al Khaimah has an industrial economy as it is not a producer of oil. That is, different emirates possess different specializations, because of which they are contributing immensely towards the overall economic development of the United Arab Emirates. The country is not only famous for its tourist destinations but is also extremely famous for its gastronomic delights. Dubai, especially, has grown to become the most sought after Epicurean destinations of the world, and its gastronomy scene has basically diversified with time. In fact, the city was recognized as one of the most famous food destinations of the world. So, if you are one of those who love to explore destinations that are a beautiful amalgamation of the modern world and rustic cultures, UAE should definitely be on your bucket list. So, dear friends, this was today's discussion, which dealt with the rich, diverse culture of the United Arab Emirates. And today, being the 51st National Day of the UAE, we should feel immensely proud that we are getting so closely associated with this lovely country. It's truly our fortune. We are really blessed with the strategic leaders who help to find the best opportunity in the entire global economy, thereby helping our country to prosper at the fullest. And I pray that the UAE economy prospers at the best possible levels and reach to the great heights. And all my best wishes are for the United Arab Emirates. Thank you. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.